Remember those long summer road trips? Windows rolled down, feet dangling out, the smell of hot asphalt and sunscreen in the air? Back when stopping for gas wasn't just a pit stop, it was an event, a little adventure tucked between miles of open highway. You didn't just fill the tank. You stepped into a world of cool tile floors, fizzy drinks, and friendly faces who knew your dad by name. Gas stations weren't just places to refuel the car. They were pit stops of the soul. Today, we're looking at 10 retro gas station features that made road trips magical. The little details that turn a bathroom break into a memory. So grab a soda from the cooler, pull up a stool, and let's take a ride back to the golden age of American travel. The attendant in the crisp white uniform. Back in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, gas stations weren't self-serve. No pumps with credit card slots. No fill-it-yourself signs. Instead, a man in a clean white shirt and dark tie would greet you with a smile and a wave. He wasn't just there to pump gas. He'd check your oil, wipe your windshield, and even fill the water in your radiator if it was running low. On a hot day, he might hand you a cold towel. These attendants took pride in their work. Their uniforms were spotless. Their tools were lined up just so. They treated every car like a guest. It made you feel important, like your family's station wagon was the star of the show. But as gas prices rose and competition grew, stations cut costs. The white uniforms disappeared. Self-service became the norm. Now, we pump our own gas and keep our eyes on the road. But back then, for a few minutes, someone treated you like a king, and that made all the difference. The glass-top soda cooler. Step inside the little station store, and there it was, sitting in the corner like a glowing jewel. The glass-top soda cooler. You could see the bottles inside, Coca-Cola, Nehi RC, Dr. Pepper, standing tall in neat rows, sweating in the cool air, the hum of the motor, the soft click when you lifted the glass lid. Sodas were cold, not icy, just enough to make your teeth tingle. And they came in heavy glass bottles, not flimsy cans. You could feel the weight in your hand. Sometimes, the attendant would crack one open for you with a bottle opener on the counter. pssht. The sound was pure summer. Kids would press their noses to the glass, deciding between orange or grape. It wasn't just a drink. It was a reward, a little treat earned after hours in the car. Then came the 1970s. Plastic bottles, aluminum cans, faster service. The glass coolers were replaced by metal vending machines, but they never had the same charm. No glow, no hum, no magic. The free air and water. No coin slots. No $0.25 for 30 seconds. At old gas stations, air and water were free. Pull up, and the attendant would point you to the air pump near the curb. It had a big round gauge and a heavy hose. You'd unscrew your tire cap, press the nozzle on, and listen to the hiss as your tires filled. And right beside it, a tall chrome water pump with a long spout. You could fill up the radiator, the wiper fluid tank, or even your family's thermos for the road. It was a small thing, but it said a lot. We want you to keep going. We've got your back. As cars changed and stations got busier, free services vanished. Now, many places charge just to use the air. But back then, helping you was part of the job, not an extra fee. The paper road map. Before GPS, before smartphones, there was the paper road map. Big, colorful, folded neatly inside a cardboard sleeve with the gas company's logo, like Texaco or Sinclair. You'd grab one for free at the counter. The paper was thin, the ink bright. Unfolding it was an event. It took up the whole back seat. Dad would trace the route with his finger. Mom would read the exits. Kids would fight over who got a hold of the map. And when you got lost, you pulled over, unfolded it again, and figured out together. Those maps didn't just show roads. They showed rest stops, scenic routes, and landmarks. Some even had little drawings of state symbols. By the 2000s, GPS made them obsolete, but they taught us how to navigate, not just roads, but life. There was comfort in holding a map, in knowing you could find your way, one fold at a time. The pink tile bathrooms. The gas station bathroom. Not exactly 5-star, But back then, they had style. Many stations, especially the ones built in the 50s, had bathrooms tiled in soft pink, seafoam green, or butter yellow. The floors were checkered. The sinks were porcelain with chrome knobs. They were clean, not fancy, but cared for. A little soap dish, a paper towel dispenser that actually worked, and the smell? A mix of lemon cleaner and something faintly floral. Not the harsh chemical stink we know today. Parents would line up the kids outside the door, 2 minutes each. It wasn't just a bathroom. It was a pit stop with dignity. As stations got bigger and busier, maintenance became harder. Many stopped offering public restrooms altogether. Now, we hold our breath and dash in and out, but back then, even a quick stop felt like a moment of peace. The pull-chain toilet. Inside those tiled bathrooms, there was often a toilet with a pull-chain flush. Not a handle, a chain. You'd reach up, tug it, and hear the deep clunk as water rushed from the tank above. It felt old-fashioned, honest, like something from your grandpa's house. And because it was less common, kids thought it was cool. Look, Mom, I flushed it with a chain. There was a rhythm to it. You pulled, waited, listened. No mystery buttons or sensor failures. Eventually, modern plumbing took over. Flush valves and sleek tanks replaced the old design. But that little chain, it was a tiny piece of mechanical charm in a world that was speeding up. The friendly station dog. Many small-town gas stations had a dog. Not a guard dog, not a fancy breed, just a scruffy mutt with a collar that said, "Oil can." He'd nap in the shade by the pumps, then trot over when your car pulled in, tail wagging, tongue out. Kids would beg to pet him. The attendant would say, "He won't bite. He's part of crew." That dog knew every regular. He'd bark at strangers, then wag his tail when he realized you were just passing through. He wasn't on a leash. He wasn't trained, but he belonged. As stations became corporate and standardized, pets were no longer allowed. Too many rules, too much liability. But that dog, he was the unofficial greeter, the furry face of small-town America. And for a moment, he made you feel like family. The ice cream freezer, next to the soda cooler. You'd often find a tall, white freezer with a glass door. Inside, popsicles, ice cream sandwiches, and those chocolate dip cones on sticks. On a hot day, nothing beat a 25-cent fudgsicle. You'd hand over a coin, the attendant would slide the door open, and you'd pick your favorite. Eating it outside, juice running down your fingers, while Dad finished up at the car. It was pure joy. Some stations even had soft-serve machines, a twist cone for the road. But as health codes tightened and space became limited, the little freezers disappeared. Now, gas station snacks are mostly chips and candy bars. But back then, a cold treat on a hot day was the perfect end to a long stretch of highway. The wall of magazines and comics. Step inside, and one wall was covered floor to ceiling with magazines. Life, Look, National Geographic, Popular Mechanics. And down low, where the kids could reach, Archie, Superman, Richie Rich. You'd flip through them while waiting for your parents. The pages were crisp, the covers bright. Some stations even had a little bench. You'd sit and read about astronauts, monsters, or faraway places. It was like a mini library on the side of the road. Parents didn't mind. It kept you quiet. It sparked your imagination. But as digital screens took over, print faded. Today, most stations carry only lottery tickets and tabloids. That wall of stories, it was a window to the world. And for a few minutes, you could disappear into it. The neon sign that glowed all night. As the sun set, the gas station came alive, not with bright LED lights, but with a tall, buzzing neon sign, red, blue, or yellow, spelling out the brand name in glowing cursive. Shell, Mobil, Phillips 66. It flickered softly in the dark like a beacon, a promise of safety, gas, and maybe a cold drink. Drivers would see it miles away. There's a light. We're almost there. Neon signs were expensive, delicate, but they had soul by the 1980s. Cheaper plastic signs with bulbs replaced them, brighter but colder. Now, most stations look the same. White lights, flat signs, no glow. But that old neon, it didn't just light the road. It lit up the night. Those little details, the white uniform, the soda cooler, the paper map, weren't just parts of a gas station. They were parts of the journey. They made road trips feel like adventures. And they reminded us that even the smallest stops could hold a little magic. What about you? Do you remember stopping at a gas station like this? Was there a dog you loved? A soda you couldn't wait to drink? Drop your memories in the comments below. Share them with the rest of us who miss the way things used to be. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another story from Nostalgic America. Because the past isn't just history. Sometimes it's home.